Hello and welcome to my channel. Nearl the Radiant Knight is finally here, and this video is here to introduce her entire kit as well as suggest whether you should pull for her. NTR Knight is a Dreadnought guard, and this archetype focuses on doing 1v1 combat, so she can only block one enemy. Next, let's look at her stats. She has very high HP and attack stats, one of the highest in the game, average defense, average DP cost and attack speed, 1 block and 0 resistance. Her stats are pretty good, which is great. Moving on to her talents, her first talent lets her deal a percentage of attack as true damage in the small range shown and stuns them for a decent duration when she is deployed. If the last deployed operator is a Casimir's operator, she'll do another burst of true damage. This talent is great as it complements her playstyle. Next is her second talent, and it lets Nearl Alter ignore 20% defense. This talent is a nice addition to let Nearl Alter deal more damage. Moving on to her skills. Nearl Alter's first skill expands her range and she gets an attack and attack speed buff. Plus this skill has unlimited duration. This is a nice starter skill as she can be used as an on-field DPS unit to take out enemies, but she has only 1 block, so this skill just isn't the best, not a skill worth masteries. Next is her second skill, where she will not be considered a deployed unit, gets a big attack buff and 4 layers of shield when deployed, and will be automatically retreated after the skill's duration and gets a longer redeployment cooldown. But if the last deployed operator is a Casimir's, there will be no extra redeployment cooldown. This skill is your typical Helidrop skill to stall and deal damage to boss enemies. The 4 layers of shield means NTR Knight can actually tank 4 Patriot hits before getting stabbed out of existence, and before her shields run out, she can dish out a couple of hits, which is awesome. The fact that she won't count to the deploy limit is also a perk and is especially useful in CC event, but if you do not have Casimir's operators in your team, the longer redeployment time can be troublesome to deal with. Next is her third skill. Nearl Alter will summon a pillar that deals a percentage of attack as true damage and stuns enemies for a few seconds, gets an attack range expansion, decent attack and defense buffs, and deals true damage when attacking enemies blocked by herself or the pillar. This skill is awesome thanks to the true damage conversion and big attack buff. Nearl Alter can now take out enemies with high resistance or defense easily. An awesome skill to use against boss enemies and a skill worth the masteries. This skill has an average DP cost and an average duration. Lastly, we have her module, not the biggest buff but still decent. So, should you pull and build Nearl the Radiant Knight? While NTR Knight is super strong with her skills, Dreadnought guards aren't used frequently. Nearl Alter also needs Casimir's operators in your team to reach her maximum potential, so if you do not have any built, you might need to invest in them, which costs a lot of materials. That being said, Nearl Alter's third skill lets her deal true damage, and that makes her an extremely strong operator to have. Plus she's a limited operator, so pulling for her might be a priority for some of you, so I'd say it's up to you to decide whether she's good for your account. And that is all. Hope this video was helpful in introducing Nearl the Radiant Knight. I will be making similar content in the future, so do consider subscribing. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.